Hello everyone, welcome back to a new play Xin Zhao every day until Zaahen is released on Wild Rift. Once again we're playing Xin Zhao, this time the enemy team jungler is a Rammus, so it's gonna be a slight problem, I will say, since Rammus can reflect a lot of damage very easily, and Xin Zhao doesn't really have any innate armor penetration that will allow him to deal with Rammus extremely effectively. One of our teammates actually placed a ward in our blue buff, very nice, and then there's also a ward in the tri-bush down at my Krugs. So the chance of the enemy slipping by to invade is very, very low. It's not zero though, so I still keep an eye out on the Krugs, the Raptors and the red buff just in case. A decent start. I'm starting to learn to smite a little early against the blue buff, which allows me to calculate the damage a lot easier, since Xin Zhao doesn't really do any percentage health damage or damage based on enemy missing health. So smiting early is actually not the worst idea, unless the enemy is like camping right next to me and waiting to steal it, then that would be horrible. The enemy team got the first blood. It's something that's very expected, I think, since, I don't know, every time someone picks Malphite support, it doesn't really go well. Malphite support can work, I know, but he really only comes online after level 5. Like, after level 5, the enemy doesn't really get to play the game because Malphite can just ult, and if your ADC knows to follow up, it's almost like a guarantee kill. We see Rammus actually go for a very early gank on the top lane, where Jhin and Malphite actually fell, and then he goes for a mid gank and actually got a kill on Mel. I just saw the scuttle, so I know that Mr. Rammus here is actually one level below me, since he skipped a lot of camps 100%. I don't have smite either, so I'm actually looking to kill him. The Katarina came here for a Valiant gank, but she's not level 5, so she's kind of useless, and I was not afraid to fight an assassin as a bruiser. And after that, because I'm a level up, I can just continue finishing off the Rammus. And I knew Rammus didn't really clear his jungle, so immediately I go for an invade to just push my lead further up even more. I would want to steal the Gromp as well, but it will be a little too greedy, and I'm already 2 kills ahead and a camp ahead. Although I just missed the scuttle, which is completely fine. A blue buff is worth way more than a scuttle crap. So overall, it is a very good beginning of a run for us. Then our dual lane actually pick up another kill, even though they died in the process. But it's better for these type of equal trades, since I believe Jhin actually scales a little better than Misfortune. The Lux, however, is actually getting a little fed, and that might be a problem. The enemy team has a lot of damage, not a lot of like engage champions apart from Rammus, and I don't really think Rammus is that good of an engage either. He kind of just jumps in. It's not really a dash, so it's not bad, but it's not something like Ornn, you know, that you can start a fight from behind. And I'm looking to gank this Katarina here because she is just so low HP, but she falls back very easily, and she has quite a bit of mobility, especially when the minion lane is there. So instead, I look for another invade, since I know Rammus is super behind. He skipped quite a few camps, so immediately going for these type of invades is very good. And here I try to catch the Katarina by surprise, didn't manage to dodge everything. Instead, I have to smite to kill the Katarina. And now I'm very low HP, and the Mel is also very low HP, and she couldn't really help. She did a great reflect and actually reflected the Lux attack back to her, which resulted in both of us escaping. So a huge W by Mel here. She actually got us both out of there for a free kill. And now I can return to my jungle clear, and I have not lost a single camp, while Rammus has lost quite a bit. So this is actually a perfect scenario for Xin Zhao. We have 3 kills in 4 minutes, with, let's say, just 1 minute for the jungle clear. Then everything is looking really good. I still have to ping to make sure that my teammates know that there's a chance that the Rammus can invade my bottom jungle, because I'm not there currently, and I was forced to base after that low HP kerfuffle there. Our Aatrox actually placed a ward into my red buff, and we can see that the Rammus did counter invade my Raptors, which is the smart thing to do. It's the chess move of junglers, I guess. And now I can just go back to farming the red and then the Crux. I'm still quite a few camps ahead compared to the Rammus. We stole his blue buff, we stole his Raptors, so it's not terrible. And here I'm looking to dive the Darius. He's very low HP, and he only has 4 stacks. So here I'm looking to dive with Aatrox However, the Aatrox actually does 2 Qs here, which is extremely weird, and because of that, he missed out on a kill, because he only had Q3, and he just sat outside the tower instead of continue diving with me while I'm tanking the turret. So that became a complete loss. So I guess it's a huge mistake on my part for trusting my teammate. Both of us got grabbed by Darius, and we were airborne for just a little too long, but the turret was targeting me, while the Aatrox just sat outside of the turret and did absolutely nothing because he wasted his Q. He wasted his first ability. He was already on his third part of the first ability. That resulted in him not having enough DPS when he could have just saved his skills to kill the Darius. So that's a huge misplay on Aatrox's part. Not only did he miss out on the ability to kill, he kind of just watched me die. So that's really rough, and we gave a massive shutdown to the Darius, 3 kills, so that's an extra 100 gold for them, which means a lot in the early game. And unfortunately over here I'm caught off guard because I didn't expect the Rammus to just be sitting in the bush, and the enemy team Lux is actually roaming a lot. I believe she realized that the Misfortune is not someone that she can babysit anymore, so she decided to just go start roaming, and my dual lane didn't really communicate that too well or did anything about it. And this is the terrible thing. I didn't even get the chance to get Herald, and we already lost first turret. And now they get the dragon as well, and I have to contest this Herald, or else that's just another tower for the enemy team. So I'm running as fast as I can to the Rift Herald. I'm gonna jump over. This is actually a huge risk since we saw Aatrox kind of like appear just right. The Darius appeared right around the corner just now. So the good thing is right now I see that there's 4 people up on the top lane. That means at most I'm going to be fading a Darius, and I just have to maneuver smartly and not give him 5 stacks, and I should be home free. And with everyone kind of distracted, I think this is a good chance to put out the Rift Herald. I just need to clear the wave as fast as I can. The enemy is actually just hanging out in my jungle at this point, but I'm looking to equalize the tower situation. Getting a mid tier 1 tower is better than a tier 1 tower at the bot lane. Here I knocked back the Darius because I know I won't be able to beat him in a 1v1. Especially he's 1 level ahead of me. And yeah, I used the Blasting Ward to Blast Cone to escape him and just continue stealing the Rammus's jungle, because there's a very good chance that he already took my blue buff and everything else, since there was such a huge fight in our top jungle just now. I'm not really looking to fight the Rammus. We don't know what's behind him, and the enemy team, as you can see, the cavalry is arriving really quickly. And that's a very interesting ultimate by Misfortune, and we can see that you can see kind of why the Lux abandoned her and instead started roaming mid. My teammates are starting to fight mid, but I won't be able to help too much. Most of the champions there are out of range, and if I dash in, I'm just gonna get completely obliterated by the Rammus. Instead, I'm gonna focus on my jungle clear so that I can get more items. Then I can actually like one-shot the Katarina, the Lux that are proving to be a huge problem. The Aatrox got quite a few kills and has now 4 kills now, but got shut down immediately by the Katarina. And the situation is turning bad. As you can see, most of my jungle is actually stolen, and most of the kills are going towards the enemy team instead. We were ahead in kills, and now we are down 6 kills. The enemy team nearly has almost like double our kills, and I'm here to look for the scuttle, just searching for as much of an edge as I can for this situation, since I'm falling off already. It's level 10, Xin Zhao is starting to fall off compared to many champions, and here I try my best to steal more jungles, and I'm just gonna fight the Katarina head on. I'm not really afraid, and unfortunately I was rooted and I couldn't dash behind the Lux. If I didn't get rooted, I would have been able to go behind the Lux and dodge her ultimate and actually kill her as well. The Rammus has already got 2 items, just like me, but his items are very detrimental compared to me. He has the Searing Crown and the Thorn Mail, and honestly, Rammus is online. Once he gets Thorn Mail, you just can't really kill him. You'll kill yourself way faster than you kill him. And my team continuously fights in the enemy team jungle, and here they're gonna fight the Darius again and gonna give Darius 5 stacks. It's seems like it's a bit of a theme, and Darius keeps getting 5 stacks and he's just completely running through our enemy team. It's like my teammates have no idea what Darius's kit is. What Darius's kit is. Rather than fighting him and then just kiting back, they keep fighting him until he has 5 stacks and just get executed. It's rough. I will say that Darius has some decent mechanics, but otherwise, I think it's more because of our misplays. So I'm really rushing for Mortal Reminder right now, because Darius has a lot of healing, Rammus has a lot of armor, and Misfortune also has a lot of healing with her boots even, since she just does a lot of damage. So getting that armor penetration is very important, but I just go for the anti-heal first, and then I'm going to go for Steric's Gauge, which I believe is still a core item for Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao gets 125 base AD at level 15, so that's 50%, it's about like, I don't know, 63 attack damage. And here I'm trying to contest for the dragon, and yeah, I try my best to steal the smite, but I miss it just a second too early, and second too late, but we win the fight and get 2 kills. Still, we have to be very careful about fighting this Katarina. I was just confident that my damage is high enough and that the healing from Sundered Sky will actually get me through that fight. And with the aid of the Aatrox, I was able to do so. The Darius, however, is actually split pushing during this entire kerfuffle, and my teammates are chasing after the Lux. I saw Mel respawning or basing, so I thought she would be the one defending the bot lane, but instead she just went up mid and let the tower fall. I guess she can't really do much against the Darius anyway, but I'm running straight ahead to the red buff because the Darius could have went up and started stealing my jungle, and I'm lucky that he didn't, honestly, since my teammate had no response. I have to check whether or not they are doing the Baron, and they are not, since there's 2 people upstairs, but still, I would love some vision here, and I think our Malphite will be providing. And now I'm working towards building Steric's Gauge, and that there's not a lot of reason for the Aatrox to still be there fighting. He has been up here for so long. And yeah, he's getting a lot of kills, but also I don't think some of those plays are necessary. And here I'm just running up trying to save him, and he's running in the wrong direction. And now the Darius once again has 5 stacks. I'm trying my best to kite around the Darius so that he doesn't continue having his 5 stacks, and I managed to do so, but couldn't dodge the Lux ultimate, and then my teammates once again give Darius 5 stacks, and Darius is just executing left and right. So I really have to tell them, please stop giving Darius 5 stacks. Look at him, he's just mowing through our team because our team has no idea how to fight against a Darius. All I did just now, that entire fight, was just run around the Darius so that his 5 stack is over. I remember watching Royal's video where he talked about Darius, where Darius, when he has 5 stacks, he gets 2 BF swords worth of attack damage, which is the component for Infinity's Edge or Steric's Gauge. So 2 of those, that's a lot of AD. That's $3,000 worth of AD when he has max stacks. And my teammates just keep giving it to him because Aatrox likes to keep fighting. Malphite probably wants to keep fighting, but that's the wrong call. And you know, when Darius has 5 stacks, he can just execute your team extremely quickly, especially when our team is not exactly the tankiest. The Malphite is a support Malphite, so I doubt he has like extremely good items. And our Aatrox is a fighter. Aatrox has sustained battle. He doesn't have a huge health bar, but he just has a lot of in-combat sustain. But your sustain means nothing if the Darius can literally execute you from 20% health. So this situation is terrible. The Darius isn't building correctly. He's building like anti-crit when our team has like 1 crit champion. And I'm not really here to fight, by the way. I'm just here to get the Scuttle Crab. And when I'm fighting, I keep being aware of Darius' stacks, and now he wasted his ultimate, and my teammates are all dead. And I alone, I'm not able to really like fight against this Rammus. He has just so much sustain, and with the Stone Blade, I just get completely destroyed. While my team is just dying. Our Mel is 0-7, and there's not much really I can do about this. Our Malphite is not building tank, he's building Heartsteel, he's trying to scale, which is extremely difficult to scale against this team comp, I think. The Lux, you can't really get close. Misfortune is difficult to get close to. And then their mid laner is definitely a mage. Katarina, she gets close, but by the time she gets close, are you able to get the Heartsteel stack? She's going to come in and get out. The only one you can farm Heartsteel stack on is Darius, and if you stay too long, he's going to get 5 stacks. And the only one you can farm Heartsteel stack on is the Rammus. But fighting Rammus is also not the smart idea. You should not be fighting Rammus. So building Heartsteel here is kind of int, not gonna lie. It's kind of really rough to fight with this team right now. With the Aatrox that's continuously fighting, not really for any reason. And I don't really give a shit about this dragon, I'm gonna be honest. There's no way we can contest for it anyway. And apparently my red buff just got stolen. And my teammates just continue to fight in the enemy team jungle when they're so far behind. And they're just trying to steal the dragon, which is completely the wrong call. And I just misclicked my ultimate here again. And I'm just going to collect all of these little spirit blossoms. Like, in my opinion, there was nothing I could do there. There's nothing we can do to stop the enemy team from getting the soul. And that we're so far behind, we should just be farming for resources. I shouldn't be the one that was at bot lane just now. I shouldn't be the one that's farming the bottom wave. Someone else should be doing it while I'm clearing my own jungle. If the timing was correct, I probably would have saved my red buff while my teammate was doing taking the bot wave, so that the money is a little bit more evenly distributed. And there's no way I can fight the Darius right now. And I know for sure that the enemy team is doing the Baron Asher, but I have to get past Darius, which is impossible alone. So I didn't really try to fight him. He has more items than me. He has more levels than me. So, like, you have to understand. I think jungle is the easiest lane to farm for levels, as long as your teammate is not being a bitch and stealing all your jungle camps when you can easily access it. But he is 1 level ahead of me, and right now I'm just getting destroyed by the Rammus. I cannot even kill him because I don't have enough armor penetration. And I think this is the game that is kind of a turning point where I'm starting to think that Staircase Gauge is not as useful, or rather, the role of Xin Zhao is to one-shot enemy. He's almost like an assassin. He's a bruiser assassin that has enough sustain to survive in the backline for a little bit, just to kill the enemy backline, and that's all I should be doing. If I have to also deal with the front line, I would have to go for a different build, or that I really shouldn't be the one dealing with the front line. But this game is almost impossible to win. The Rammus is extremely fed, and my teammates doesn't seem to know what they're doing. They're just giving Darius 5 stacks, buying the weird items, running into fights that they can never win. And yeah, so right now I'm just getting Mortal Reminder and maybe even Guardian Angel. I can't really get that. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be too far of an uphill battle. Our team is supposed to scale decently well, but it's really difficult to fight when you have no idea how to fight a Darius. And here, this is a kill angle. The Darius won't be able to get 5 stacks as easily, and he tries to execute me, but he fails, and we actually managed to get a kill back. But then apparently the enemy is already in our base and flanking me from behind, and my teammates are just not defending the Nexus at all. So this is a really, really shitty game with really, really shitty micro. I wouldn't call that shitty macro from my team. Well, they did go for a dragon when they were like 7,000 gold behind. But overall, this is just another low quality game, and it's very unfortunate. Not much to talk about, not much to change for myself. Just don't misclick the ultimate. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.